I don't want no parts of you. You've already shown me who you are, and I trust that.
Another banger. Make a call, make a bong, 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 make a call, make a see, body, bong, 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 your body, make a bong, 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 on a make it. Kilo say, I'm a dead sugar.
What's up, my loves? Welcome to another video. You already know when you see this background what time it is. Yep, it's story time. So as you have seen from the title, today I'm doing a story time about Galentines went wrong. So let's jump straight into this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our lovely family. Let's get into it. So this story time took place around almost 2 years ago. So I was hosting a Galentines, like a brunch at my house. So I invited my close friends and my cousin and I think my cousin's best friend. So my cousin was busy and she couldn't make it that day. So her best friend showed up. My bestie then also showed up. And then who else came? Another friend of mine, actually like three other friends of mine. One I used to work with, my former workmate, and then just another friend of mine who we went to the same campus together. Me, her, and bestie went to the same university. So we were a total of me, bestie, my cousin's best friend, my other friend from campus, my former workmate, and then there was an extra girl who needs a name because this whole story time is about her. So this girl, we're gonna name her Pumpkin. So Pumpkin was Bestie's friend, and I had met her probably 2 or 3 times prior to the day she came for the Galentine's brunch. So once, I think the first time I hung out with her was at a club, and then the second time was at a picnic. She hosted a picnic, and I went there with my then best friend. And then, did I ever meet her again after that? Probably not. I think that was the third time we were literally hanging out together. And she was not my friend, but I knew her from my then best friend. So let's go back to Galentine's. So my friend, my bestie then said, we can't just be 5 people. Let's just add some more people so it can be like more fun. And I was like, oh yeah, anyway, the more, the merrier. So she invites Pumpkin. So that day I woke up early, I did a whole setup, like it was so gorgeous. I went all out. I had pink and red balloons. I had confetti with love hats. I did a whole brunch menu. I had cocktails. It was really nice and polite. It was just calm. And for me, I was excited to have it at my place because I knew everybody who was coming there. Like me and everybody else were close. So, I wouldn't invite people to my space or my home if we're not that close. Like, we'd rather meet at the club. I don't mind. I can see you every day outside. But for me to bring you to my space, to my safe haven, you have to be somebody I trust. So everybody else who was there was cool people. And Pumpkin was also cool. She came, she brought, was it? She brought champagne. I'm not a champagne girl, but I know she brought a very expensive champagne. Yo, this girl poured that champagne on my hair all in the name of it's my birthday. Look at how my hair was looking nice before. Now, so this was done, I think, on the 12th. Valentine's was supposed to be, it was on a Saturday, and I think Valentine's was supposed to be on Monday or on Tuesday. It was a few days to Valentine's. And my birthday is just a week and some change after Valentine's. My birthday is on the 23rd of February. So we were also kind of like hanging out for both. Like we were kind of doing like a pre-birthday as well. So we hung out, we had food, there was so much food. We enjoyed our drinks, we were listening to music, we were just bumping, we were just living the life. So at some point, at like later on, maybe like it's now getting dark. So we're sitting down, we're talking, we're gossiping, we're just, and amongst each other, only me, my then best friend, and my cousin's best friend, like they knew each other. Like my cousin's best friend and my then best friend, they had met before, so they knew each other. So, and my former classmate from uni, she knew, of course, my ex bestie because we were all in the same class. So the only people who didn't know each other was my best friend didn't know my former workmate, and my workmate knew none of them. And then also only I and my bestie then knew Pumpkin. So people were just like meeting for the first time. But we were all cool, the vibes were nice, like we were vibing, literally. So yeah, fast forward to it's getting dark and we're chilling, we're talking. So we're talking about, of course, we'll talk about like our exes and whatever. So I start talking about an ex of mine who Pumpkin knew, and my former classmate and my then bestie, they knew him. So of course we were just talking and kicking and laughing and just like throwing low blows at our exes and whatever. So I mentioned a couple of stuff that I probably should not have mentioned in front of all the group, but I was, in my defense, I knew like we're just us girls, and what could happen? What's the worst that could happen? Nothing. So yeah, we're talking, we're vibing. The night ends nicely. Some people go home, and some of us go to the club. So we go to the club, we have a great time, we come back, and life just goes on as usual. So about, I think, 2 weekends after that, yes, on my birthday weekend, my bestie and I, of course, I always have something on my birthday, either a dinner or a lunch. I'm just big on birthdays. So on my birthday weekend, we go out, and then we go out to have a good time. And at the club, I meet my ex. So I'm already 10 shots ahead of the game. We've been drinking like since afternoon, and we were just having a really good day. So I meet him, and of course I'm like, hi. I'm like, you're not even gonna wish me happy birthday? Like, So he's like, oh, happy birthday. And then he's like, so why were you all talking about me at your house? Have you ever frozen? Like, I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, you guys, you were talking about me at your house. You were hosting. Like, this man knew details. Of course, he couldn't repeat like what was said and whatever, but he knew where we were speaking, and he even knew that I was hosting. I'm like, how the hell did this man get such information? So I'm like, anyway, so I go back, like I met him when I was walking towards the restroom. So when I go back to where we're seated, I tell my bestie, and I'm like, you wouldn't believe what just happened. So I tell her, and she's like, immediately we both say pumpkin. Because my cousin's best friend has never met, seen, or heard of that man in her life. My former workmate has never had, seen, not like they don't even know who the hell that man is. And then there's my former classmate who knows him, but she's not the type to just, she's not that girl. Like, she would never walk up to him and like, what, in fact, she was 9 months pregnant, so she didn't even go to the club after that, and she didn't meet him. And that one I knew because she gave birth, I think the next, like, 2 weeks after that or something like that. So definitely it was not her. So here we're left with my bestie and Pumpkin. So of course I'm like, my bestie could never. She could never. She could. Why would she even have that conversation with that man? But I might be wrong. I don't know, because if you watched my story times of my best friend was a hater, then you probably be like, she could be the one. So anyway, but I knew it was not her. So I'm like, your little friend, how dare she come to our function? She came to our Galentines and she found a safe space and we were all speaking. And then she literally went and said, and the weirdest part is her then boyfriend, well, she had many boyfriends, but her main man was working for my ex-boyfriend. So it could have been either way. Like, I was like, so maybe she told him, like, pillow talk, when they were having pillow talk, and she told him what I said, and then he went and told him, like, I don't know, but everything pointed back to Pumpkin. So of course I get mad. Like, I really don't care. Like, for my ex at that point, I'm just like, whatever I said might have been mean, granted, but it was truth. It was the truth. So I just felt some type of way, like, I didn't care that he knew or had. I just cared that why would she even go and talk about something we were talking about privately? So I'm just like, anyway, I was pissed, and I was like, this little girl, I think she's way younger than me anyway. So I was like, I'm not gonna deal with her. I told my bestie, I don't want to hang out with this girl. I don't want to see her. Nothing. That was in February, right? So my best friend's birthday comes around in May. So I have not seen this girl. I didn't. I had her number because she had a really nice phone, and that day for the Galentines, she took pictures of me and I wanted her to send them to me through WhatsApp. So we exchanged numbers, but I actually deleted her number after that night, after I knew what she did, and we never spoke to each other. So we were friends on Instagram, but we never saw each other again or anything like that. So fast forward to May, my best friend's birthday. Of course, who does she invite? She invites Pumpkin. And that should have been like a big red flag to me, because how am I your best friend? And then you're gonna invite a girl did me dirty, and you don't care. Because it's your birthday, you want to just invite other random. Anyhow, so I told myself, I am not gonna engage. I'm not gonna speak to her. I'm just gonna stay in my lane, and I'm gonna be very mature about it and just let it go. So me and my best friend were actually the last people to arrive at the birthday. I was waiting for her. I think she was getting her makeup done professionally or something like that. So we were late. Fashionably late, so to speak, like, yeah. So we reached there, everybody else was there, like, they were already like having drinks. There was a couple of people there already, and Pumpkin was already there as well. So I reach there, I see my cousin's best friend, another friend of mine, whatever. So I just jump to say hi to everybody. I'm like, hi, I'm so excited for the day and whatever. So I say hi to everybody except her. Yeah. I know I'm petty. I'm that girl. I'm gonna be petty because I don't want no parts of you. You've already shown me who you are, and I trust that. So I said hi, and I just, like, I didn't do it like literally ignore her because she was sitting with some guys that I don't know who were my best friend's friends. So I didn't say hi to that side. So it was not so obvious, but then it was obvious. Like to her, she probably felt okay, she didn't say hi to me. But then to everybody else, they probably did not notice. So we chill, we eat, we talk, and then she asks for me to go take a picture of her outside. So I'm just looking at the whole table and I'm like, out of all these people, why do you want me to go outside with you and take a picture? But that whole point, at that whole time, I'm not getting, she's just trying to get me outside so we can have a conversation of what's going on. Because when we were seated there before she asked me to take a picture, I was gisting everybody who was on the side of my table. I was like, yo, you know that girl? Do you know what she did? Like, yeah, I did that. So I was being petty and I was telling my cousin who didn't know, I was telling my cousin's best friend who was there at the Galentines about that. And she's just like, who does that? You know? So I was telling them about it. And I think maybe she heard or she just felt the energy. You know how when you just know something is not right somewhere? So I refused. I'm like, just give me a few minutes. And then I never paid attention there. So I fast forward, we get to drinking, and then I took a nap. By the time I woke up, we were at the second location, now at the club, because that was like a restaurant that just had a bar. So I took a nap at some point. I don't even remember taking a nap. I just remember waking up. Like the gin was ginning. We were drinking Tanqueray, and clearly I probably couldn't handle that liquor. So I woke up later on. We were at the second club. So I wake up and I'm fresh, just like I just woke up. So we're just chilling, we're talking, and I don't know. I think now she's sitting, now we're in a smaller space because most people who were at the dinner, at the lunch, were not there then. So I I think I asked her, she said something to me. And then I asked her, no, yes, when I woke up, she came to me and she's like, so I've heard that you're telling everyone that I went and told so and so about what we were talking about. So I'm like, she said, I heard that you told everyone that you think I'm the one who went and told so and so. And I was like, correction, honey. I told everybody that I know, not that I think, that I know you are the one who went and said XYZ. And she's like, no, it's not me. What's wrong with you? She starts, like talking like badly. She's like, I think she even called me the B word and whatever. So I'm like, girl, I'm not retarded. I was like, this specific person doesn't know him. This specific person doesn't know him. Blah, blah. So I'm like, so you want to tell me it's my best friend who went and told him? So she's just there and she's like, so I get pissed. So of course, guys notice the tension. And so everybody's like, what's going on? And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this little bitch is here. This small girl is trying to tell me. And then she starts getting mad. She's like, what are you saying? Let me tell you, the ghetto in me swung at her. Like, literally, I think my best friend and another friend of mine held me back because, first of all, I don't fight. Second of all, she's taller than me and a bit bigger, like body-wise. But you wouldn't tell me nothing. Like, when I don't fight, but when you push me to the limit, Don't say I didn't warn you. So I was so pissed. I swung at her, but like people just like literally it was like a flash. I just felt people holding me back and pushing me away. And another friend of mine took her away, and then they went to a corner and started talking and blah blah blah. So I'm just like at this point I was so mad. I couldn't even drink anymore or enjoy the club. So I was just chilling by myself on my phone, just mad as hell. Just looking at her face was now annoying the hell out of me. So we stay there for a bit and then we go to another club. So we decide to use one Uber. How many were we? We were like five of us. So we just took a big Uber, an Uber XL. And inside the Uber, she starts, in fact, was it inside the Uber? Yes, inside the Uber when we're just arriving at that club. She starts talking smack. She's like, oh, she was sitting at the front and I was sitting at the back with the rest. And so she's like, ah, so now that loudmouth is not talking anymore because it's time to pay for the Uber. I bet you don't even have money to pay for this Uber. I'm like, so I look at my friends, they're just like, leave her alone. Don't argue with a fool. I keep quiet. We come out of the Uber, she starts smart mouthing again. I don't know, she's just talking crap and whatever. And this time around, I'm about to swing my handbag on her. So my best friend gets pissed and she's like, oh, you know, it's my birthday. Y'all can't be doing all this. Oh, I expect you. In my head, I'm just like, she's the drama. I'm not the drummer. She's the drummer. She brought this drummer. She's talking smack. I kept quiet. Like after the previous club, I was not talking to this HOE. So we're chilling, just minding my business, walking off of the cab, and she starts picking on me like randomly. I'm like, are you obsessed with me? What's wrong with you? So I just, at this point, I get mad at my best friend. Like, I didn't tell her, but I'm like mad. And I'm like, your loyalty should be with me, especially knowing the whole story and where all this is coming from. So I keep quiet. We go to the club. We sit down. Everyone is lit at this point, except me. Like, I'm just there like, when are we going home? Literally bored to death. So after some time, she's like, oh, she stayed for maybe an hour and then she's like, she's there talking to everybody. I'm just there in the corner, but I'm not moving. Literally, I'm just sitting there. Guys have bottles of tequila, of Jaeger. Guys are taking shots. I'm just like, no, I'm fine. At this point, my best friend was super drunk. And now I had to take care of her because I'm like, at this rate, you're going to black out in the club. So what do? Start being a mother hen. So whenever they give her a shot of Jaeger, I pour it out and give her a Red Bull. And she was not even noticing that she's not taking shots of the liquor. So because I didn't want her to like, you know, even suffer the next day. So after an hour, Pumpkin leaves. She goes, says bye to everybody else, and they leave. So she leaves and the party now starts partying. Like she left and I was like, the devil has gone, bring on the shots. So we now have a time. We do our stuff, we party, we do XYZ. And then the next day I woke up, we go home, of course, blah, blah, blah. The next day I wake up and this girl has, I think, unfollowed me on social media and stuff. And I'm like, thank you, because I wasn't even gonna talk to you. I wasn't gonna reach out to you or whatever. So about a week later, or that week after that, so my best friend tries to mend stuff. She's like, oh, you know, I want to, like, you guys need to squash stuff because if we meet or if we go somewhere together, we need to be cordial and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I'm not interested. I'm not gonna go anywhere with this girl. If you want to hang out with this girl, hang out with this girl. Don't call me because I am not coming. You know? So I don't know. She's like, she starts reaching out to, or my best friend's the one who was reaching out to her for us the same way she was reaching out to me to mend their stuff and blah blah blah. And I was like, no thanks. I only roll with loyal people, and clearly she is not loyal, and I can never be friends with somebody like that. Because if we're talking about people in the past, what if I tell you something that, that could affect my current situation? And then, no, thank you. We're not going to do that. So, me and that pumpkin girl have never, ever, ever spoken. We've probably been in the same club, I think twice or thrice, but luckily we were seated in totally different tables, just how you can walk somewhere and be like, oh, that's not HOE. But then we've never been in communication, we've never spoken, we've never tried to mend stuff, because what's there to be mended? Nothing. Yeah, guys, so that is it for today's story time. If you've enjoyed this story time, make sure to give a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.